This is Change Your Mindset Podcast, the podcast that helps change your life by helping change the mindset of the 99% into the 1% mindset. Here's your host, Adrian Gomez.
Welcome back to another podcast episode of Change Your Mindset. I'm your host, Adrian Gomez. So in this podcast episode, we'll be talking about one of the greatest investors of all time, Warren Buffett. So we're going to go into his life and the investing strategies that have made him the most successful investor of all time. So Warren Buffett, often referred to as the Oracle of Omaha, is a household name in the world of investing. He was born on August 30th, 1930 in Omaha, Nebraska. Warren Buffett displayed entrepreneurial tendencies from a young age. As a child, he showed an early interest in business and finance. At the age of 6, he purchased packs of Coca-Cola from his grandfather's store and resold them to his neighbors at a small profit. He also delivered newspapers and magazines, demonstrating his early business acumen. Buffett's passion for investing in financial markets started during his childhood. At the age of 10, he bought his first stock, which was Citi's Service Preferred, with the money he saved. By the time he was a teenager, he had already been introduced to the concept of compound interest and started investing in various businesses. And we talked about compound interest in the last podcast episode. Buffett attended Alice Dale Jr. High School and later graduated from Woodrow Wilson High School in 1947. During his high school years, he showed a keen interest in mathematics and business. He even filed his first tax return at the age of 13. Insane. Claiming deductions for his bicycle and watch as business expenses. After completing high school, Buffett enrolled at the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School in 1947. However, he transferred to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln after 2 years to be closer to his family. There, he earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration. Even during his college years, Buffett was highly focused on investing in finance. He read extensively about investing, devoured financial reports, and analyzed various companies and their stocks. He also attended Columbia Business School, where he studied under Benjamin Graham, a renowned investor and author of The Intelligent Investor, who greatly influenced Buffett's investment philosophy. Buffett's early life laid the foundation for his future success as one of the most prominent investors in the world. After Buffett's investing strategies had been shaped by his mentor and professor, Benjamin Graham, who taught him the principles of value investing, Buffett's investment philosophy revolves around finding undervalued companies with a strong competitive advantage and holding them for the long term. This approach, known as buy and hold, has been the cornerstone of his success. One of Buffett's most famous quotes encapsulates his strategy perfectly. He said, quote, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful," end quote. This highlights his contrarian approach to investing. Instead of following the crowd, like most people really do, Buffett seeks opportunities in times of market downturns where others may panic and sell. So one of the key factors in Warren Buffett's success is his emphasis on investing in companies he understands. He focuses on businesses with straightforward models and a sustainable competitive advantage. He often refers to this as his circle of competence. This has led him to invest in companies such as Coca-Cola, American Express, and IBM, just to name a few. Another very crucial aspect of Buffett's investing strategy is his focus on long-term investments. He believes in holding onto investments for years, even decades, allowing the power of compounding to work its magic. Buffett famously stated that his favorite holding period is, quote, forever. This patient and disciplined approach has helped him generate incredible returns over time. As we all know, Warren Buffett, primarily for his stock market investments, he has also made significant acquisitions through his company, Berkshire Hathaway. Some of his notable acquisitions include Geico, Dairy Queen, and Burlington Northern Santa Fe. Through these acquisitions, Buffett has expanded his portfolio and diversified his investments. Despite his immense wealth, Buffett has remained remarkably down to earth and humble. Because we all know when people get wealthy, you see the true colors, who they really are. He still resides in Omaha, far away from the bustling financial centers, and is known for his frugal lifestyle. He has also pledged to donate the majority of his fortune to philanthropic causes, and he encourages other billionaires to follow suit. So Warren Buffett's investment success is not just about his strategies, but also his character. He is known for his integrity, honesty, and long-term perspective. His annual shareholder letters have become legendary, providing invaluable insights into his thinking and approach to investing. So it's essential to remember that Warren Buffett's investment strategies are not a guaranteed recipe for success. Investing involves risk, and it's important to conduct thorough research and seek professional advice before making any financial decisions. Warren Buffett's life and investing strategies serve as an inspiration to millions of investors worldwide. His timeless wisdom and principles continue to guide and shape the investing landscape. Always remember to learn from the best and stay true to your investment philosophy. So let's recap some key takeaways from today's episode about Warren Buffett. Number 1. Warren Buffett's investment philosophy revolves around value investing, seeking undervalued companies with strong competitive advantages. Number 2. He emphasizes investing in businesses he understands within his circle of competence. Number 3. Buffett's famous quote, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful," highlights his contrarian approach. Number 4. Long-term investments are a core part of the Buffett strategy, allowing compounding to work its magic over time. Number 5. Buffett's acquisitions through Berkshire Hathaway have diversified his portfolio and contributed to his success. Number 6. Despite his immense wealth, Buffett remains humble and committed to philanthropy. I'm going to share some of Warren Buffett's most memorable quotes, providing further insights into his investing philosophy. So first one is number 1. Quote, "Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1." End quote. This quote highlights Buffett's focus on risk management and the importance of protecting your capital. Number 2. Quote, "Price is what you pay, value is what you get." End quote. Buffett emphasizes the distinction between price and value. He looks for investments while the intrinsic value is higher than the market price. Number 3. Quote, "Our favorite holding period is forever." End quote. Buffett's long-term perspective is evident in this quote. He encourages investors to have patience and avoid short-term thinking. Number 4. Quote, "In the business world, the rearview mirror is always clearer than the windshield." End quote. Buffett emphasizes the importance of learning from past experiences and mistakes while acknowledging that the future is uncertain. Number 5. Quote, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." End quote. This quote highlights Buffett's belief that successful investing requires discipline and a long-term mindset. Nowadays, I always talk about this. People have a short-term mindset. They want it now. They want money now. They don't have long-term mindsets. And that's where wealth is built over time, not quickly. Number 6, quote, "It's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price." End quote. Buffett values quality over bargain hunting. He seeks out companies with strong fundamentals and competitive advantages. These quotes provide a glimpse into the wisdom and principles that have guided Warren Buffett throughout his remarkable career. And for his famous annual event known as the Berkshire Hathaway Annual Shareholders Meeting, or as many call it, the Woodstock for Capitalists, this event held in Omaha, Nebraska brings together thousands of shareholders and investors from around the world to hear Warren Buffett and his business partner, Charlie Munger, share their thoughts and answer questions. At these meetings, Buffett and Munger provide valuable wisdom, discuss the state of the economy, and share their thoughts on various investment opportunities. The meetings have become legendary, with attendees eagerly awaiting their chance to hear the Oracle of Omaha speak. Not only is the meeting informative, but it also showcases Buffett's wit, humor, and down-to-earth personality. Despite his immense success, he remains relatable and approachable, taking the time to engage with shareholders and share his experiences. Attending the Berkshire Hathaway annual shareholders meeting is considered a pilgrimage for many investors, a chance to be in the presence of the greatest investor of all time. And if you ever have the opportunity to attend this remarkable event, I wouldn't hesitate. It's a chance to witness firsthand the wisdom and charisma of Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. And most of all, to connect with a community of like-minded investors from all walks of life, which is very hard nowadays. I hope you enjoy this podcast of Warren Buffett because, like I said, a lot of people see him as the greatest investor of all time. And as I went through his life and his investing strategies, and you see how that led to his success and the principles that have shaped his legendary career. And if you get anything from this podcast episode, it's think long term. Too many people think short term. That's why so many people fail, get scammed, because they think short term. Nobody thinks long term. I'm doing this podcast. I'm not thinking short term. I'm thinking long term. That's how you have to view life. That's how you have to view your finances. That's how you have to view fitness. It's long term, not short term. Nothing ever good comes in the short term. It always comes in the long term. And people need to realize that. Successful, wealthy people understand that. Which I always call them the 1%. But everybody else, as I call them 99%, the majority of people, do not understand that. They don't think long term. Those people think short term. And that's why they're stuck in the rat race, hate their lives, miserable, and will never be anybody in life, unfortunately. As I always say, financial education is what separates the rich from the poor. And if you want to change your life, you have to change your mindset. There is no other way. There's no other option. You have to change. And like I always say, you have to put in the work. Nobody else is going to do it for you. You have to do it. But at the end of the day, it's up to you whether you do it or not. If you want to be the best version of yourself, that's up to you. Majority of people will never be the best version of themselves, unfortunately. Choice is yours. It will always be yours. I appreciate you guys listening to this podcast episode, taking your time out of your day. Hopefully you did learn something about one of the greatest investors of all times. Hopefully it was beneficial to your financial education. And I want to thank Patron member Blade262 for financially supporting this podcast and helping, which helps with better equipment, hopefully more microphones for interviews. And if you want to contribute to that and help the podcast, the link will be in the description below. Thank you guys as always. Please subscribe and share. Helps the podcast very much. I appreciate you guys. I wish you the best. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Change Your Mindset podcast. Be sure to tune in every week for a new episode. As always, change your mindset to change your life.